And away we go.
Welcome to Kickin with the Rickens, redefining retirement. Gerry, Ricken, and Heidi, Ricken, Provost want to help you retire with purpose and live with joy. Find more information, including how to reach the team, in today's show notes. Now, Kickin with the Rickens, powered by Ricken Financial.
Thanks so much for streaming Kickin with the Rickens, redefining retirement. We are here with the retirement planner, Heidi, Ricken, Provost, alongside licensed insurance professional, Gerry, Ricken. All the information, the website, rickenfinancial.com. Find the click here in the show notes. My name is Mark Owens. How is this week treating you, Heidi and Gerry?
We are living with joy, my friend.
I love
living with joy.
I'm exhausted as hell, but life is good.
Talk to me. What's going on?
Life is good today.
About halfway through the month of November, and I said yes to a challenge from Mr. Thomas Sebely, who, for those of you who do not know him, he's the president of our firm and my back office firm. And every day in the month of November, completing a 5K. And then I'm also working with my trainer 3 days a week now, 2 days a week right now. And we just got back from an unbelievable trip. And it was a whirlwind, and I'm still recovering from it. So congratulations, Sophia and Nick.
Sophia and Nick, little Soph got married. A little girl got married.
Oh my God. I'm actually, give me a Kleenex, please. I'm going to cry thinking about it again because it was that pretty.
Well, okay, first of all, back up.
Awesome.
Sophia and Nick, who are they? And number two, where
Sophia's
were
my
you?
baby sister I never had.
Okay.
I have a little brother, but Sophia grew up with my little brother, Will. When I was in 8th grade, they were in kindergarten, and she was my companion at Our Lady of the Pillar. But I babysat her and her brother Anthony quite a bit. And she's a member of our family.
In fact, Anthony told Heidi this past weekend, that she was the favorite babysitter of all time.
Because I was the only one that let him do whatever he wanted to do.
That's fine. Congratulations on that one.
Yeah.
Unsupervised, smoking cigarettes at 7 years old. All right, I'm proud of you.
That's right.
But we did science projects and stuff, like the stuff that all the other babysitters were probably like, no, we'll get in trouble if we do that. I'm like, sure, let's stick a Mentos in a bottle of Coke and see what happens. But let's do it outside.
Yeah, let's do it in the bathroom.
Yeah, let's do it in the bathroom on Annie's, white carpet or whatever she had.
Grab that magnifying glass. Let's go find an anthill. Let's go.
But it was an absolutely stunning and beautiful weekend, and just a lot of fun. And I never thought I'd ever be invited to an all-white party. So we dressed in all white, and I was,
for the welcome party.
Yeah, for the welcome party.
That is terrifying. Really cool. I would get one step out of the house, and I would get spaghetti sauce on me. If there's no spaghetti around, it would find it.
Oh,
well, don't worry, because one of the signature drinks was an espresso martini, and I did see about 3 girls spill their espresso martinis down their white dresses. So,
by the end of the night, it's expected and appreciated.
We were in the Dominican Republic. It was the weekend went by way too quickly, but it was really beautiful. And, to be witness to a marriage when you know that these two people were truly placed on the earth for each other, it's really kind of amazing. I mean, we're both crying thinking about it, but they really are. They were put on this earth for each other. And I think her mom, Annie, is her guardian angel, and I believe that Annie sent Nick down for Sophie. Oh, it was amazing.
That's fantastic. And
I don't wear pink often, but you bet your ass I wore bright pink in memory of Annie. And her mom loved butterflies, and I was showering before the wedding. I look out the window, and I saw literally a swarm of butterflies outside the window, and she was there with us. I know.
That's fantastic, man. A lot of symbolism there. Absolutely love every piece of that. So all the heartstrings aside, how was the party? Good party down in the Dominican?
It was like none other. I mean,
I don't think you can.
Parties
you know what?
All the parties were.
If you want to see what the party was like, I'll put together a little reel and we'll share it on our Instagram.
I think we should because
it was a lot of fun.
From the
flamethrower fire
dancers to
the traditional
Carnival.
Dominican dancing, and the dancers that have like neon all over, and we had light up flower crowns and all sorts of stuff. It was awesome.
Good Lord, man. Fire
Live band
dancers
that was out of this wild. It was world. It was great.
Oh yeah, the
Carnival
live
and
band was unbelievable.
Live band. I just had a drunk
Oh,
guy
yeah.
crash our wedding. I mean, not quite as exciting, but still.
Yeah.
Still
On
sounds like
overlooking it was on a cliff too.
Yeah, on the
with
cliff overlooking the water.
with the water splashing up. It was fantastic.
You know, I've got to be honest here. And I am proud and I'm happy that you guys had a great time. And this was a beautiful wedding and a beautiful ceremony. But I feel like dude is setting the bar a little high here just for the wedding, because now he's got to live up to that for every anniversary moving forward, every birthday moving forward.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah.
my man, I mean, good luck. I'm proud of you. You are starting on a high note, but man, you got some you got some work ahead of you. But I'm glad you guys glad y'all had a great time, man. And you know
It was fantastic.
that's what it's all about here. Every week here on Kickin with the Rickens, redefining retirement, rickenfinancial.com to meet the team. It's all about living that life. It's all about doing the things that make you happy in life. Like, what are you going to do when you retire? I think we're going to have that conversation this week here about how can you live that life? What will you do once you retire? What does that conversation go like to help people find their purpose, if you will?
Well, you know, the first thing you have to do is really, when you think about retirement, it's a complete paradigm shift.
Mm-hmm.
You have to change the way you think about living. You have to change the way you think about finances. You have to change the way you think about what you're going to do every single day.
You have to be comfortable with the uncomfortable, because I mean, I probably sound like a broken record because I'm also a creature of habit. But as human beings, we're creatures of habit. And if you clock in to work for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, and then all of a sudden one day you're supposed to wake up and just figure out what to do with your time and your money and all this stuff, it's very uncomfortable breaking our habit and our routine and starting a new routine. So, you know, there's a couple different ways that we've seen this play out over the course of time. Either someone has so many things they want to do with their time, with their world, with their life, with their money, with everything, that they cannot wait to get out of work and start retirement and just, you know, light the world on fire doing exactly what they want to do. Or people will come to see us and they're like, quite honestly, I've been so busy at work, or my job has been so draining, or, you know, this has happened and that has happened. I'm caring for my parents. I'm caring for my children. I'm caring for both my parents and my children. And I can't think outside of it between that and my full-time job. And some people don't even know where to begin. So yeah, it's tough to think about placing yourself in an uncomfortable situation. But at the end of the day, here's the question we all need to just sit back and, you know, reflect on. What brings you joy?
What makes you happy?
Yeah.
And be honest about it.
Life is way too short to be unhappy every single day. So if you're working right now and you hate what you're doing and it's hard to get out of bed every day, please give us a call or come meet us and let's see if we can help you make a change, whether it's a career movement or getting you retired faster. But when retirement comes, if you don't have something to wake up to every day, I don't want that break in your routine to turn into a break in your happiness.
Yeah.
And it can happen. And we've seen that happen because people have come to us and didn't have a plan. And we talk about it. And they say, no, I'll be fine. I'll just do the honey-do list. Well, after the honey-do list, after a couple months, that honey-do list is gone and is completed. Then what's next? And there is nothing next. And depression can happen. I mean, it's we want you to retire happy. We want you to retire with joy, and you have to plan for that. It just doesn't automatically happen.
And guess what? If you don't want to retire, if work is what brings you joy and feeds your soul, keep working.
Okay. That's okay.
You know, every single one of us are different. We want you to do what's bringing you joy.
Have you found that before? You're customizing a plan. Somebody's ready to retire. You get them there. You feel like everything's on the up and up. They're retired. You can only play so much golf. You can only drink so many Mai Tais. And they come back to you and they say, Gerry, Heidi, I love what you've done, but I want to go back. I'm ready to go back to work. Does that happen?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It does.
And how does that conversation go?
And a lot of it's, and some of it may be, I'm not going to go back to where I was, but I'm going to do something.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'll go to the locally owned hardware store like Brannick's, and I'll work there because I've got a certain skill set and I love dealing with people. And I love meeting with people. So those are the kinds of things that we love to see.
Well, and we also have conversations with people where we put the plan in place, we're ready to go, we're ready to execute your retirement plan on, the day. And there's a particular couple I'm picturing right now. And for a couple of years now, he said, all right, I'm ready for retirement at the end of the year. I'm going to retire. And then come March, April, May, June, we get a phone call. Hey, we want to come do a little update. And he comes in and he's like, I'm not ready. I got to push it to next year. So, it's whenever you're ready and you're comfortable, because obviously sometimes we know you may not have the choice and you might be forced into retirement. I actually just did meet with someone who's an airline pilot, and I did not know this, but fun fact, you're forced to retire from flying when you're 65 years old. So whether she wants to retire or not, she has to when she turns 65. But if you don't want to retire, we're not sitting here telling you every single person in the world has to retire. Maybe you do what's called a hybrid retirement, where you keep working, but you actually spend some time doing the things you want to do that feed your soul outside of work. Do you want to travel? Take the damn trip. Don't wait for tomorrow. You need to actually book it and plan it and take it. You want to spend time with the grandkids? Take a week or day off and spend time with the grandkids,
Yeah, test drive your retirement. Most people have PTO unless you're a business owner like us. But we do force ourselves to go on vacations and that kind of thing, which is kind of fun. But go ahead and take that time off. Even if you're not traveling, take a week off and just see what it's like. What will you be doing? What do you find which is fun, and what do you find which isn't fun when you take that week off?
Yeah, because, a plan is just a plan. It's not set in stone. And we're not saying that you have to do all of these things. But, maybe put together the plan and you want to take a big international trip every year. And then you go on your first one and you're like, I'm exhausted. I don't want to keep doing this every single year. That doesn't mean you have to do what the plan originally started out saying you have to do. But if you don't try, you're never going to know. I'll tell you, the biggest issue we come across are people who say they want to travel and then they never book the damn trip.
They don't because they've been savers and investors their entire life, and they've scrimped and saved and paid off their mortgage and put the kids through school and raised their children to be functioning adults in society. And then all of a sudden they come to retirement and they're still savers and investors, and they can't spend the money that they saved, but that's why they saved it, so they could spend it. So it's a very, very, very difficult habit to break, and it's a great habit. Don't get me wrong. We love savers and investors, but when you go into retirement, you're no longer a saver and investor. You're a spender and a preserver. You want to make sure you have enough income. As long as you have blood pressure, we want you to have income, but we want you to really enjoy the fruits of your labor. You've grown these assets. You've grown your portfolio. You've grown your Social Security benefits. You've done all those things. Now it's time to really enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, you have worked so hard for your money and all of your working years. We don't want to discount that. It takes really hard work to set aside your finances for the future, to scrimp, to save, to do the right things to prepare yourself to retirement. When you get to retire, guess what happens now? Your money gets to work for you. So your money is working for you. You no longer have to work for it. And when it's working for you, you have permission to spend it. I'm not saying spend down every last penny and die poor. If you want to do that, great. If you have a crystal ball and you know when you're going to die, we can help you figure out to the day how much money to spend. But for those of us who don't have that crystal ball, you can't take it with you when you go. You worked so hard for that. Now is your time to enjoy it.
Yeah, several years ago, Mark, I had a client came in even before Heidi joined me in business, and he said, "You know what I want? I want to spend all my money, and I just want to make sure that my final check to the mortuary clears." And I said, "Well, just let me know when that day is, and I'll plan exactly the way that happens." So, and he couldn't come up with that day. So, he's still doing well, and all of his checks are clearing.
Yeah, we all know that at some point in time we're all going to die. And if we don't know what that date is, we just need to keep living, because you get to live every single day. You only die once, but we get to live every day. And that's the joy that brings, that's what brings us joy on a daily basis, is being able to help other people live.
Right.
That's right.
Live fully and with purpose and do what they scrimped and saved to be able to do in their retirement years so that they don't have to worry about the money. They get to worry about what they do with their time and have fun doing it.
So let me ask you a question. Somebody's listening to this show, RickenFinancial.com.
I hope they are.
Kicking with the Rickens, redefining retirement. And they're telling themselves, 2026, it's my year. It's my year to get really serious about retirement. I may be a couple of years off, but I don't have a plan yet, but I'm ready to get serious. What's the very first step they should take?
They should call Ricken Financial or hit RickenFinancial.com up.
Well, what you really need to start thinking about is if money was no object, what would you do with your time? And when would you walk away from work? And if you can answer that question, you're ready to build a financial plan around that. But if you don't know what you're going to do with your time, that's the first thing you need to really think about is, if I didn't have to clock in for the money, when do I want to walk away from this? And what do I want to do with my time? And once you can answer that question, you're ready to go, whether you're 20, 80, anywhere in between.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's true. You just need to think about what you want to do, what's going to feed your soul in retirement. And it may be that part-time work. It may be going from an employee to a consultant and actually getting paid more and doing things, but having a more flexible schedule. So it all depends upon what is going to feed your soul and what you're going to be happy doing. And what your spouse is going to be happy with you doing too, by the way, because that's a huge consideration as well. You both need to be involved in this decision-making process.
That's right.
And at the end of the day too, if you're sitting here and you're wondering if you've even saved enough, because when I say if money was no object, what am I going to do with my time? Well, sometimes the money is the object and you have to worry about it. Then that's the perfect point in time too, to reach out and rely on the assistance of a retirement planner like us to know where to even begin. Because when you don't know what you don't know, sometimes the hardest point is, where do I even start?
Yeah.
Right.
So we'd love to walk you through that process and help you figure out where the starting point is.
Right. We want you to start at the beginning, and we forecast everything through age 100. Not to say that that's the end, but it's just all about starting.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. To go back to something you mentioned a couple of seconds ago, man, you talked about you're going to be at home a lot more after you retire. Man, I think my wife's tired of me right now. Could you imagine me being home every single day? If I retire, I'm going to come home and it's going to be another batch of applications sitting on the bed going, honey, maybe just something. Just keep you busy. Keep your brain going. Keep your blood flowing. Reach out to the team.
Well, keeping your brain going is another big thing.
If all else fails, Mark,
yeah,
I have full faith that you can be the official mayor of Truist Park.
Of the Battery Atlanta. Right, the unofficial HOA of the home of the Braves. RickenFinancial.com to meet the team and to get more information. What is going to make you happy in retirement? And I love that they offer the purpose approach. Retire with purpose. Live with joy. RickenFinancial.com to begin this conversation with Heidi, Ricken, Provost, with Gerry, Ricken, the entire team. Again, you can find that link here in the show notes. Well, I think that's a good place to hit pause for this week. So with that being said, Heidi, Gerry, as always, thank you. Thank you for the information and the education this week. We're back next week, but before we get out of here, take us home.
Every day is a holiday, especially in retirement.
Life is short. Laugh hard.
This has been Kickin with the Rickens, redefining retirement.
Insurance products are offered through the insurance business Ricken Financial LLC. Ricken Financial LLC is also an investment advisory practice that offers products and services through Impact Partnership Wealth LLC, a registered investment advisor. IPW does not offer insurance products. The insurance products offered by Ricken Financial LLC are not subject to investment advisor requirements. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Any references to protection, safety, or lifetime income generally refer to fixed insurance products, never securities or investments. Insurance guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims paying abilities of the issuing carrier. This podcast is intended for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be used as the sole basis for financial decisions, nor should it be construed as advice designed to meet the particular needs of an individual situation. Ricken Financial LLC is not permitted to offer, and no statement made during the show shall constitute tax or legal advice. Our firm is not affiliated with or endorsed by the U.S. government or any governmental agency. The information and opinions contained herein provided by third parties have been obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but accuracy and completeness cannot be guaranteed by Ricken Financial LLC.
Please remember that converting an employer plan account to a Roth IRA is a taxable event. Increased taxable income from the Roth IRA conversion may have several consequences. Be sure to consult with a qualified tax advisor before making any decisions regarding your IRA.
Tax preparation and tax advisory services are offered through Ricken Financial. These services are not offered by IPW and are not subject to investment advisor requirements. These services referenced are an outside business activity not offered through or supervised by IPW.